guys, it's Jack Bing here, and today I'm going to change your life when it comes to editing photos for a photo shoot or any group of photos at all that you've got. Let's do it. Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you guys my process, my personal created process of how I go through and tag, edit, and then like finish photos from a photo shoot. So we actually just did a photo shoot this morning for Wildflower, this brands that we run, and I am on a legitimate time limit. We are releasing the products that we shot this Friday. Today is Tuesday, and I want to put photos up tonight, so I don't have much time. We got up really early this morning at about 4:30 to watch the sunrise and take these photos. So we need to get them done basically this afternoon so I can start posting them tonight, start promoting these products that can be out on Friday. So this is my process. This is how I've learned and taught myself how to do it fast over time, because I've got 1,600 photos to go through from this morning from about an hour, and I've got to go through all of them, take the best ones out, and then edit them and have them all ready to go for the rest of the week. Okay, so the truth is I actually had already started this process before I decided to do this video. So I've gone a little bit ahead, but we're gonna just jump back and pretend that I haven't. So I'm screen recording right now, so I'll be able to show you, but the first thing you're gonna do is bring up your SD card right here and just have it all up in one side of your screen, and then the other side of your screen have the folder ready to go for you to put your items in. Now before you put anything in, don't copy and paste anything yet. This is what you're gonna do. You're going to sort by kind. So now you've got your JPEGs. I shoot everything in RAW, you might not want to do that, but I shot a video and photos this morning. So I've got MP4s, JPEG, and RAW files, and now they're all separated. Now I'm gonna jump over to my drive here where I'm gonna copy them to. This is my tip number one. There's no official amount of tips, but I'll just keep putting numbers on them and we'll see how many we end up with. Label everything. It's going to be useful in the future when you want to go back and you want to reference exactly what day or month it was on. I like to use the people's names or the location that it was. So this is the folder I've created. This one is called Newcastle Baths Shoot. Okay, this is where they're going to end up. Now in that folder, you are going to make 5 more folders. This is what they're going to be called: edited, JPEG, RAW, top, and video. Now if you don't do RAW or video, you don't need to worry about them, but I am shooting all 3 at once, so I need one for each. And then you guessed it, we're gonna go back here to where we've separated out our JPEGs, for example, and I'm just gonna go to top, go through till I start seeing either RAW or MP4s. Like I said, there's 1,600 photos here. There we go. And just go shift, click, bang, copy all of those, and they're all going into JPEG. So there they are there, okay? Now, I'm gonna do the same thing for RAW, I'm gonna do the same thing for MP4. And that's step one done. Step one done. Now you've got everything off your SD card, on your computer. Whew, everything's safe, everything's secure. You can then close this. Just in case you're not sure what RAW is, a really quick version of it is that it is a photo that is actually takes in a lot more information than a JPEG. So it's a much bigger file, but what that means is when it comes to the editing process, you've got a lot more information to deal with. So things that are kind of blown out, you can kind of bring them back in. Things that are a bit dark, you can kind of lighten them up, and it's not going to affect the image quality too much. So if you put like an iPhone photo and a RAW photo next to each other, and then you brighten them both up, you'll see the iPhone photo will go to like terrible quality, but the RAW photo actually usually looks really good still. So that's why I like to shoot RAW. It just gives you more options when you're actually doing the edit. But here's the thing about RAW is that the files are huge. They're like 20 megabytes each, which means that your computer can't preview them and look at them easily. And that's not good, because you remember here the key is speed, and I've got 1,600 photos to get through that I want to choose the best ones from. So we're going to look at our JPEGs. Now you might see what we're going to do here because it's already kind of on here, but basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, press the space bar, and I've got to be honest, if you're on a PC at this point, we've gone too far. This is not going to work for you at all. This is a Mac. This is Mac shortcuts only. So sorry about that, PC guys. Appreciate you coming to watch the video, like, subscribe, whatever. Okay, also guys, I know we're going through this really fast, but I just thought you can always go back and pause and play and kind of go back through it if you need to, or if you comment anything, I'll try and answer that as well. So this is what we do. Make sure that you've got your blue highlighted photo on the side there, and you've pressed spacebar, so you've now got your preview as well. Now what you can do is you can scroll down and actually look through all your photos really fast, okay? You might have been familiar with doing that in the past. So I guess that's hack number 2. I'm not sure if it'll count it, but let's call the official hack number 2 is the shortcut for tagging photos. because I have looked and there is some really expensive software out there that allows you to tag photos in bulk and in RAW, which is great, but it costs a lot of money and I honestly don't want to pay for either a subscription or an expensive program to do this. So here is how to do it. And if you get nothing else out of this video, this will be the best thing that you've learned. This is one of the best things that I learned it years ago and it's amazing. I want you to go to your automator. It'll be in your settings. It already exists in there somewhere. Click on that. It'll pop up this little menu like this. You can click new document. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually create a shortcut to tag an image a certain color. And it's actually so easy and so cool. And it will make this process so much faster. I'm gonna go to quick action. That's what we're creating. That's like a shortcut. Choose that. And now you've got this little box up the top here. I'm gonna type in label. And you get this option here, label finder items. Now grab this here, and now this is one of those things where you might need to stop and start as you do it yourself, but grab this and drag it over here into the box. So there we go. Now that we've done that, we're gonna start at the top, and you need to make sure that this box here says files or folders, because this is what this shortcut is applying to. And in the application here, it needs to say finder, okay? Got it. All right, now you can choose your color here. This is the color that you're going to label the photos or any files or folders. Just for the record, you can use this in the future anytime. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. So I'm gonna choose orange, and that's it, it's done. We're gonna go to File, we're gonna go to Save, and then this is actually really important. You need to remember what you call it here. So I'm gonna call this orange tag. I don't know if capitals and spaces and things matter, I think they do. So remember what you call it, click Save, and it's like it never ever happened. Okay, I know this seems like really fiddly, but trust me, just do exactly what I do, it'll work, it's great. Now you're gonna open up your system preferences, go to your keyboard option here, click on shortcuts, and go to app shortcuts, okay? Now, now that I'm explaining it, I realize there's a lot of steps. So if you need to go back, that's totally fine. Go back and do it, but just do exactly as I said. Now we're in the app shortcuts section. Just gonna have a look at Finder here. I'm gonna click on this plus right here, bang. And what we're gonna type in here is exactly what we typed in before. So orange tag, I've done caps, I've done spaces, exactly the same. And now you need to put in your keyboard shortcut. Now this is actually super easy, except that you need to choose a keyboard shortcut that doesn't already exist. And that is harder than you think, because there's a lot of shortcuts built into MacBook. So one that I use, and the one that I've actually already got running, if you had a look, is the pink tag. And it's my favorite one to use, and it is Option Command X. And that's what I recommend you guys use as well. And I'll show you why in a second. But for this one, we're gonna use Option Command Z. And you can type anything you want in here, but the main thing is you see it pop up here, and that is gonna be your shortcut. So if I click Add, that's on there now. So this is the tag pink that I often use, and you'll see I've actually already used here. And we're done, we can get out of that. We're back in the folder where we are gonna tag our photos. Have I gone too fast? I don't want this video to go for like 20 minutes, so we're going quick, okay? We're going quick, go back, I've already said it. All right, so remember, press space. You're now viewing your photos, and they're only JPEGs, so you can view them really fast. You can flick through as quick as you really want. Now, you go through and find the ones that you actually like. All right, I'm gonna go down here where I know there's some good ones, okay? And I'm scrolling down and I find one, yes, I love this photo, so now I wanna tag it. Now, the reason I like to do Option Command X is because they're all, if you have a look at your keyboard, they're all kind of right next to each other. So I've always got one hand on the arrows, clicking through the photos, and the other hand is on the Option Command X, 3 keys. So on this example, we're gonna do the orange, so I'm gonna go Option Command Z, and then you have a look, it's now got a little orange tag right there. Now flick through again, have a look. Oh, I like that photo even better. Option Command Z. And we just keep flicking through like that until we find ones we like. You see one that you like, yep, that one looks good, Option Command Z, it's now tagged, and you just keep working your way through like that. Now I did this already, and I did 1,600 photos in about 15 or 20 minutes. And that's pretty fast considering that's a lot of things to flick through and a lot of information, and I don't know how to do it any faster than that. If there's a better way, please let me know without buying like a $500 program. But I love this system, it works so well. And the next hack, which we're gonna call number 3, and I think we're probably up to like 7 or 8, but this is the next thing. You're gonna go up the top here, sort it by tags, so you can then go up here. Okay, don't worry about the orange ones, that was just for the example. You're gonna grab all the pink tags that you've done, copy those, and then you're gonna come over to the raw and you're gonna paste them all in. And what that's gonna do is, if you've got it sorted by the name, then it's gonna put a purple tagged JPEG below every raw photo that is the one that you actually like. So that way you're like saving all the time, because if you have a look here, all these raw photos, if I want to view one of them, so if I go and click space on one of them, that's a long time to wait for it to load. Everything's just slower when you're working with raw. So go through your JPEGs. Now I can go through, I've pasted all my JPEGs in, and now I can see and I can go, yes, that raw one's good. And then you're basically just selecting by holding command and clicking, you're just going and selecting all the ones that are above the purple ones, okay? So you go through there, and I did this for about 150 photos or so. That's my top ones, which means I took 90% of the photos out in 20 minutes, and that's just ones that we'll never have to worry about again, probably end up deleting them one day, but they're gonna sit on a hard drive maybe forever, we'll find out. So once you've got all of those photos now, you've got all the raw ones, you know they're the top ones, you come back out again, you open up your top folder and you put them in. And now you are ready to edit in Lightroom. Things are getting exciting, but don't undermine how important this part is, because the slowest part of editing photos, if you've just done a wedding or a photo shoot or something, you might have like 5,000 photos. And it's not hard to bust out 5,000 photos, I promise, especially if it's like a full day shoot. So you need to get that tagging process down. And once you got it down, the editing part is obviously the fun part. It's easy, you can kind of like batch through a whole lot of things at once, but get all your photos. I now know this top folder has all my top photos in it, and I'm so excited for them to then be edited, and then they're gonna go into the edited folder. And then everything's neatly sorted. I've gone through all of it, and I'm happy. I feel so good when I've gone through tons and tons of photos, picked out the best ones, and I'm putting them into Lightroom. That's like feels like the home stretch for me, because then things are starting to get fun. Hey guys, it's Future Jack here. I just wanted to let you know, I'm just editing this video at the moment. I just think there's another whole half to this video where I go through how I like to go through my process for actually editing all the photos on Lightroom, but I've decided to take that out. If you'd like to see it, let me know down in the comments, but otherwise we're just gonna cut it off there, because I feel like there's already been so much stuff for you guys to have learned. So hopefully you guys did learn something from it. Hopefully you loved that video. If you've got anything that you want to share or anything like that, definitely leave it in the comments. Otherwise, if you could like the video, then that's a huge help for me. And if you like this kind of thing, then you can subscribe as well. So yeah, if you want to see part 2, let me know. Otherwise, thanks so much guys, appreciate you all.